Yeah. That chemo and radiation is hard on the body.
What's going on? How we doing?
Doing well and yourself?
I think it's copacetic, as they say.
Good evening, everybody.
Evening.
I didn't make it.
Your summer suit on, I see.
I do.
Yeah, do it.
Okay. The Community Affairs Service and Event Committee is called to order on the agenda. Well, myself, on the committee is myself, Mr. Ball, Mr. Ball, Mr. Washington. On the item on the agenda is to consider the final adoption of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute and submit all necessary documents in or agreements to accept energy efficient and conservative water funding from the U.S. Department of Energy for lighting upgrades at Johnny Down Sports Complex. I had put this item on the in this committee because I wanted to make sure or to see if any parks in District 3 would qualify for the energy efficient lights as well. The administration sent out a response to this in the two capacities to them. Mayor Roy, would you like to make some comments?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I can't pinpoint which division initially applied or if it was applied for before. I think it was with us. The ECBG are funds from the DOE, the Department of Energy, that convert lights to upgrades that are more efficient and are better. It comes through a version of the Community Development Block Grant Program, the energy efficiency part, hence the change in the acronym. The city was allocated in the grant $76,750 when it came through. I think the placeholder they applied for was Johnny Downs. As we reported to you earlier last year, Ms. Perry, we have a rule that comes in. We then have to take it through our program to see where needs are, that they're being allocated fairly, et cetera. So I approve this report going down. I would point everybody's attention to the first two paragraphs. I can go over it if you need me to, just to put in the record. In fact, I will, then we'll talk about it. The funding was made available through the President's Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, which is known as IIJA. The city of Alexandria was eligible for a formula-based allotment because it was one of the 10 most populous cities in the state. You have to have a population of 35,000 or above to qualify, or you can't get it. We were allocated in our part $76,750. To participate, you apply for equipment rebate vouchers, so you go spend the money, you go do everything, and then you apply that as an offset. Eligible activities for rebate are retrofit technologies, renewable energy technologies, micro-mobility equipment, alternative fuel vehicles, electric vehicle charging stations, and energy-efficient lighting upgrades. So and it goes on. For example, an eligible entity may not install new efficient street lights in locations where there are currently no street lights. You have to upgrade an existing infrastructure that already has the theme you are upgrading. So you can't do new. The last sentence through our program is important. The city has identified a need to upgrade ball field and potentially other lighting at ball fields. It should be potentially other lighting at its parks. This amount is insufficient to upgrade at either of the two parks that you see we identified. Johnny Downs and Franco Hunter are the two that I personally think are the most in need and the most that it would fit. Johnny Downs is specifically soccer, and that's what it was applied for. To give you an idea of the cost, to do field one on soccer exceeds the $76,000. So the city would have to be paying more, and this would come in and offset it. The Johnny Down, if I did all of the lights at Franco Hunter to bring them up, it would probably be in excess of 80 to 100, so it wouldn't meet that either. what we would do is we leave a place set, or we get the money in, and we commit to do both of those in need. I think the reason Johnny Downs rated higher, Ms. Perry, is real obvious. It has hundreds of more night game activities than does Franco Hunter. So it would be the most immediate need, of course, but it's just one field that it affects. As you know, we're doing a lot of work at Cheatham and elsewhere, and we continue to think that this is something you take the money on because it's pretty easy compliance. You make a decision because we have the funds to commit to the parks being upgraded, and you use this as an offset. But you have to have a placeholder for it, so I think it was applied for that way. Like a lot of grants, in our last talk, in my last mayor's briefing was, you can get a grant, you have compliance rules, and the grant doesn't meet close to what you get it for. But it's $76,000 with fairly easy compliance, and so we would submit that it should be accepted. We'll put together a plan for what parks need it, and this would come in as an offset. We just help the budget by the amount of $76,000.
I need to know, I just needed to know that at least one of the parks are in District 3 would be a part of this grant as well.
Just so I want to make sure. So if someone said, well, why don't you just spread it even over the parks? Well, then it would do nothing. You would literally be changing a few bowls. So the only two parks we identified that, I personally approved of in this case, it's not normal, but in this case I did, was soccer and Franco Hunter in your district. So those are the only two parks from the administration standpoint, not your, you can direct otherwise, that we've approved to be eligible internally that have this money offset. And like I said, it cannot fix either. It can't do all of Franco Hunter, and it can only do one field there. But at $76,000, that's pretty easily compliant money that we put toward it. So what we think we're going to do is ask you to pass it. We'll send down a plan for what it costs to do. I mean, obviously at 76, it could do a lot of good at Franco Hunter once, but the use at night, which is when these matter, would be way less than the use that soccer has at night, which is a lot of games.
I do notice, like, usually at night, I'm not sure what organization it is that usually go out there and have football practice at Franco Hunter Park, and a lot of times, you know, the lighting isn't sufficient, and so.
I think it's Seminole City Stars, great organization.
Okay. Yeah.
So we'll give you some more information. The point of the report tonight would be to tell you those are the two parks, unless you tell us otherwise, that the only ones we're considering internally eligible for the funds. Doesn't complete either, but it's $76,000. And again, if y'all, that gives y'all the, I guess, comparison you need. Franco Hunter, 100% of the lights would be 180 to 100. Yes. And I think one soccer field is 60, so it's less than a soccer field. And obviously, you know, you could only get one field here or part of Franco Hunter. So we'll figure out something fair, and we'll come back to you personally as the committee chair and let you know. But unless you tell us otherwise, those are the only two parts we're looking at.
Do anybody have any questions or any comments?
Yes, ma'am. Cornelius White, 3638 10th Street, Alexandria, Louisiana. Phone number, area code 318-446-6934. Now, Mayor, you said you don't know when this grant or who got it. So did Mayor Hall get this when they renovated after it was destroyed by that tornado? So is that from the money that the city already had from the insurance and stuff from the tornado damage?
This is a grant.
No, I'm asking you, you said you didn't know. In other words, what I'm trying to say is, did it come before or during the Mayor Hall administration?
I can't answer for you because I don't know when it came.
Well, I'm asking him. He knows. He said he knows. Do you know, Mayor?
It seems like we're receiving it now, it just came.
So you applied for it. Mayor Hall didn't apply for it.
We don't
Council
know
members,
why for it.
if there's a comment question, the way I do is if something is submitted, we'll be glad to answer it. I'm not going to engage Mr. White in the Q&A. That's not my role here. I'm not counsel.
Oh, so you don't have to answer questions from the public, that's what you're saying?
I do in the proper way.
I mean, what's the proper way? During your mayoral thing? I mean, I'm just asking.
Mr. White, you know, you usually have to fill out the form, but this is for the committee.
Fill out the form, what are you talking about? You need to ask a question of the mayor, you gotta fill out a form?
You, at most of the meetings you do, you always have your little form.
No, but what I'm saying, the mayor has a specific form you have to fill out to speak or ask him a question. Is that what you're saying?
At this meeting, you filled out several forms, you fill it out each time.
I fill out the forms that y'all have out there, but it doesn't say anything about filling out, because you asked for public response. And I'm asking him, because he said he doesn't know.
Well, I think the grant has been applied, just been applied for. We received it, we needed it for the lighting, for the park, so, I think.
Okay, so nothing came from Mayor Hall's administration on it. That's all I'm trying to find out.
Not that I know of, not that I'm aware of.
Can you find out?
I can find out for you, Mr. White.
So the mayor doesn't ask questions of the public. I'm just saying.
I know, but I can find out for you and let you know when the grant was applied and when we received it.
And see, I wonder why we can't, like Pineville did, get this historical thing. We could have done that for Greenhurst. You know, Babe Ruth played at Greenhurst?
That's not a part of it.
I know. That's fine.
All right, thank you. If nobody has any more comments, this meeting is adjourned.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Say, Mayor, can I ask you a question? Is there some paperwork I got to sign for you to ask a question to you? I'm just asking. If there is, give it to me. I'll sign.
Hey ma'am, how you doing? Doing well in yourself?
I'm good.
So, what paperwork you got? The stuff that he signed? All administration of this administration.
I'd like to call to order the city council meeting, June 11th, 2024, city council chambers, approximately 5 o'clock. Alexandria City Council meeting and council meetings are broadcasted live and may be viewed by the public on Optimum Channel, Cable Channel 4, or on the City of Alexandria's website, www.cityofalexandria.com. Invocation be said by Mr. Washington, the pledge is said by Mr. Bell. Let us pray. Lord, thank you for bringing us here today, Lord. Lord, I pray that your spirit is here among us, Lord. Lord, just bring us all together as we're here for the reason to help this city, Lord. I just pray that you dispatch angels around this place as we're here and around our city as we leave here. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Here. Karen. Here. Johnson.
Here.
Here. Mr. Washington.
Great. Here. The approval of minutes taken from the meeting held on May 28th, 2024. No comment, discussion, all in favor? Any opposed, motion carries. F, consent calendar. Introduction of the order authorizing the mayor to accept the road bid submitted for public buildings, HVAC agreements for indoor air quality, phase 1 customer service building. Administration question to reject all bids. I need a motion to reject all bids. Public comment to reject all bids. All in favor? Motion carries. Two, introduction order authorizing the mayor to accept low bids for a minimum of one dime vote for the fire department. The administration is requested to reject all bids and re-advertise. Move. Public comment, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Three, introduction order authorizing the mayor to accept the proposal received from Mid-State Supply Company for KC Mill Compact Round Class B strand copper field strand for the electric distribution department. Four, introduction order authorizing the mayor to accept the proposal received from Line Tech Services LLC for electric transmission and distribution emergency services for the electric distribution department. Five, introduction order authorizing the mayor to award the professional service contract to Pan American Engineers for the COA MPO asphalt rehab phase 3 project. Six, introduction order authorizing the mayor to accept the lowest proposed received from Walton Kingdom Cleaning Services LLC for janitorial services for A-Tran bus terminal. Seven, introduction of the order authorizing the mayor to enter into a cooperative endeavor agreement with Alexandria Water Draw Association and other matters thereto. Eight, introduction order authorizing the mayor to renew the existing contract with the State of Louisiana's Office of Veterans Affairs. Nine, introduction of an order to adopt HUD Report 2024-2025 Annual Action Plan. 10, introduction of order to adopt updated program policy guidelines for the home major rehab. 11, introduction order authorizing the mayor to enter into a professional service agreement with All Creatures Animal Care to provide veterinary services for the Alexandria Zoological Park. 12, introduction of order authorizing the mayor into a professional service agreement with Dr. April D. Long Brown, DVM, for as needed veterinary service for Alexandria Animal Shelter and Alexandria Zoological Park. 13, introduction order authorizing the mayor to execute extended warranty and service agreement with Flood Break for Martin Park Flood Control Structure. 14, introduction order authorizing the mayor into agreement with Semi Recycling LLC to destroy firearms lawfully collected and seized by the Alabama Police Department.
Second.
Any committees?
On five, please.
Did you already say nine?
Yeah. Okay. 15, resolution. Resolution authorizing for bids for pad mount underground switches for electric distribution department. Public comment, Mr. White?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Now, exactly, these smart meters y'all gonna put underground, anything like that, and control the electric? So what kind of switch is it? That's what I'm trying to find out.
Underground switch.
Say it again?
Underground switch.
Is it just one or is it multiple?
Whatever they need.
Whatever they need. Okay, so all this stuff will be underground. So is it, what I'm trying to say, so it's not the smart meters, is that what I'm hearing?
This is not meters.
This is just some kind of underground system?
The pad mount.
Okay.
Mr. Glory, it's the switch gear needed for Versailles Boulevard underground portion. There's a circuit extension from Twin Bridges substation. This is in line with all those discussions we had about load growth and when we're gonna have to contend with a lot of load growth problems. If you weren't to change these things, you would have trips, just like you do at home when you don't have your load set up at home. At a city level, at a macro level, you have the same thing. So as you have growth in different areas, you'll have to provide for that.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome.
All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. 16, resolution authorizing advertising for bid for purchase and installation of dispatch console, bookcase, and storage lockers for the fire department.
Second.
Mr. Rubin, second by Mr. Johnson.
Mr. White?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I see that you're getting this stuff with the fire department. Won't the police department need the same dispatch stuff? And are they, it's all joint? Or,
So this is for the fire department?
I know it's for the fire department.
And this is for a bid, and when that comes, when the fire department needs it, they apply to the administration and they bid it.
Oh, you mean the police department?
The police department, yeah.
Okay, so they don't have a joint, I know the 911 center
This
answers.
is not for 911.
No, I understand that.
This is not on 911.
No, I know it's parish-wide. It connects the parish. But you saying that the fire department has a, are you saying they have a separate system than the police? That's what I'm trying to find out.
What he's saying is the fire department requested.
I understand that.
Okay, yes. So if
So-
the police department requested, we go through the same process.
Okay, that's all. See, simple.
Discussion, all in favor? Any opposed, motion carries. Resolution, authorize advertising for bids for 4-inch hydraulic drive submersible pump for wastewater department.
Moved by Mr. Fowler. Second by Mr.
Other comment, discussion, all in favor? Motion carries. 18, resolution authorizing advertising for bids for electric utility right-of-way maintenance.
Moved by Mr. Fowler. Second by Mr. Johnson.
Other comment, Mr. White?
Pass.
Discussion, all in favor? Motion carries. Resolution, authorize advertising for bids for international CV 515 truck with mounted jet rotor for wastewater department.
Moved by Mr. Fowler. Second by Mr. Rubin.
Other comment, discussion, all in favor? Motion carries.
You all not want to know what that is.
Okay,
That's right.
Resolution, authorize advertising for bids for 2024 model year sports scores, current model year or newer for the police department.
Second Mr. Fowler.
Second.
Second by Mr. Johnson.
Mr. White?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I just want to make a quick note. Minnesota police officer lost his life and they're celebrating his, what he did, and he saved some people's lives from a fire. He happened to be an African American. And we need to thank our police officers for risking their lives every day. Now, on this, was this a part of these fleet of vehicles that y'all were talking about buying?
Which would be some additional vehicles.
Okay, so, I mean, that's for just that one department, those two cars, or two SUVs, right?
Correct.
Okay, so are they gonna be any more for any other department? The fire department, like emergency,
When they, you know, when they request these things, because they need.
oh, okay, I see what you're saying, each department requests, well, I need this vehicle to that, that's what I wanted to know, okay, perfect, thanks.
Discussion, all in favor? Any opposed, motion carries. 21, resolution to sustainable amend budget and goals to HUD PY 2020-2024 5-year consolidated plan.
Moved by Mr. Fowler.
Second.
Second by Mr.
Public comment, discussion, all in favor? Any opposed, motion carries.
Mark, just for the record, before you come off, I'll send some memoranda, particularly to Mr. Washington, who's interested in it as he prepares for those meetings coming up next week.
22, consider final adoption of ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid received for sulfur dioxide technical grade liquid one ton cylinder for wastewater department.
Moved by Mr. Fowler. Second by Mr. Rubin.
Other comment, discussion, all in favor? Motion carries. 23, consider final ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the lowest proposal received for control devices incorporated for testing, power operation, and maintenance of substations and DG100 generating station, relay meters, and related equipment.
Moved by Mr. Fowler. Second by Mr. Johnson.
Other comment, Mr. White?
Yes, sir, thank you, sir. Now, on this, I just want to make sure, and the public needs to know, are these smart meters that you plan on putting on these houses? Or what type of meters are they? Not meters. No, it says meters on there. It does say meters. So what exactly are they doing?
These are internal meters that measure what we're doing, so. Mr. Hyde.
Okay, that's fine. No, it's okay.
So from DG Hunter distribution, where you have the big stations there and subs that go to other subs, meters are also you have to measure that.
Yes, sir.
Carry it out, so that's what they are. They're
Okay.
not residential meters, they're. our
Right, I
internal
understand what you're saying.
distribution.
Okay, that's fine. That's good.
Discussion, all in favor? Any opposed, motion carries. 24, consider final option order authorizing the mayor to accept proposal received from Advanced Environmental Compliance LLC and Terracon Consultants for environmental engineering and consulting.
Move Mr. Fowler. Second by Ms. Harris.
Public comment, discussion, all in favor? Motion carries. 25, consider final option order authorizing the mayor to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the Department of Justice, DOJ, and any agency thereunder, including the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearm, and Explosive, ATF, and for the Alexandria Police Department to participate in the ATF task force and sequential task forces under the Department of Justice.
Second, Mr. Johnson.
Public comment, Mr. White.
Thank you, sir. On this, I would hope that the mayor and the council would know, usually the ATF, FBI, and all these other three-letter agencies need to be watched carefully. And I hope that the sheriff will be watching also. I would hope that they would have body cameras and stuff just like APD does in case something goes haywire or wrong. So I don't know if y'all can put any stipulations on that those federal officers wear body cams. I know personally, and I was set up by the FBI using the Alexandria Police Department as a ruse to get me out of the house, thinking I would have a shootout with the task force that was sent after me many years ago. You can laugh, Lee Rubin, but it's the truth. I never did threaten to board me. See, that was all a lie. But anyway, the only thing I'm saying is, when you work with the federal government, you need to make them work for you. In other words, they're coming into our jurisdiction, and they need to have body cameras and stuff. Like I said, anything can go wrong. So they need to have the body cameras to where they can show the public and everything. Well, everything was done right. If it was a problem, it was on the suspect or whatever. That's all I wanted to make sure of. And I'm pretty sure our sheriff, because the FBI didn't tell the sheriff one time, they had a guy over there in Pineville. And the FBI was watching, but the sheriff didn't know anything about it. So we all need to be on the same footing and everything as far as this. So how do y'all feel? Do you think that they need to wear body cams and stuff like that, like our city police?
Mr. White,
Yes,
following 2015, following the 2014 shooting of Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri,
yes.
DOJ instituted a policy where all law enforcement officers have to have body cameras.
So you're saying all federal agents have to have body cams? Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Thank you, Mr. Lewis. I do appreciate it.
Discussion, all in favor? Motion carries. 26, consider final option order authorizing the mayor to execute and submit all necessary documents and or agreements to accept energy efficiency and conservation block grant, EECBG funding for U.S. Department of Energy for lighting upgrades in Johnny Downs Sports Complex.
Move Mr. Fowler. Second by Ms.
Ms. Berry, Mr. Caffrey just wanted me to add to your discussion of this in committee that Franco Hunter Full is 108. I said it was somewhere between 80 and 100, so I thought it was over 100, but anyway, just to give you perspective.
Mr. White?
Yes, thank you, sir. Like, I understand about the lighting and Franco Hunter, Johnny Downs and stuff like that. I just wish we could have done that for Bringhurst and stuff, to try to save it and everything. And, I don't know if y'all listen to Big Al on 970 AM. He just wished we could have tried to save it. And he brought up some stuff, Mayor, that you had said where you tried to save it. But I wish the committee would, or the council and the mayor would relook at this, some type of historical thing like they did in Pineville. Try to get the historical society. I have a guy looking into it, Mike Wynn, our local historian. Satchel Paige, I think, was over there at Bringhurst. And that would be a great attraction to say that Babe Ruth and Satchel Paige were over there at Bringhurst Field. That would be something. If you build it, they will come. So let's try to build Bringhurst back up. We got Johnny down, so.
Thank you, Dwight. Discussion, all in favor? Motion carries. 27, consider final adoption order authorizing the mayor to enter into a grant agreement between the Alexandria Animal Shelter and Best Friends Animal Society for participation in the shelter assistance program.
Move. Somebody following.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor? Motion carries. 28, consider final adoption order to amend ordinance number 100/2022 that provides approval for purchase of 2 Lone Star cutaway vans for A-Trans municipal transit for the state of Oklahoma.
Move. Somebody following.
Second.
Public comment, Mr. White?
Yes, thank you. Are these, pretty much for the disabled? I'm just trying to find out what type of vans are these? Are they for the disabled, or do y'all know?
They are.
They are for the disabled? Okay, that's a good thing, because we need more disability vans for the older population that we have. I'd like to make a quick announcement too. Friday, they're gonna have a flag ceremony at the big flag over there. I mean, I know, but we support the flag and everything. That's all I'm saying, at 9 o'clock over there in Pineville. I hope we support the flag anyway.
Mr. White, I'm glad you brought up the van for
Veterans and stuff.
for the transportation for the disabled people. Because we do need more vans that good point to me on that.
That's it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries.
Okay.
Okay, you want to do
Yeah. I want to take a minute to say something, kind of put a little light note. About 2 weeks ago, my lights went out at exactly 10 o'clock, and it wasn't raining, so I thought it'd be back on. So 11 o'clock came, 12 o'clock, I walked outside to the bulldozers and the guys in the trucks. And I walked down, and they were busy working. So about 1 o'clock, 1:30, I went back out there. The guy in the bucket was singing, and I thought it was so enlightening. This guy was having fun doing his job. So they didn't see me standing there. So I came out and I asked the supervisor, I said, who's that guy that having fun? And this guy, he said, he always has fun. 2 o'clock in the morning. I said, I'm gonna get your name down. I got his name, I left it home. I want to thank those guys because a lot of times we don't thank people enough for doing it. 2 o'clock and you're in the trees singing. And it just blew my mind. I got his name, I got his supervisor's name, so I want to recognize that kid as soon as I possibly can. That's a positive thing, you see stuff like that. So I didn't say that.
the city, you want to say something?
Okay.
I just got your note, I didn't know, you or him. Okay. You or him. Yeah.
You know.
Mr. Malone. He said, yes, live, city website, it's not live. On that city website, but it's not.
He's talking about Channel 4. He meant Channel 4. That's what I'm saying.
He said the city representative.
I know, but he meant Channel 4. That's
I should be.
We'll be out there all day. Yeah, but we, well, you know, I'm key here.
Yeah.
Well, she.
So it was like you took this off. All right, I'll make sure. Have followed everybody. Yeah, I have followed. Yeah, you would have to do it all. Okay.
Right now, talking.
That's okay.
So what we were trying to do is if you send a request, because our office would probably don't want you to the city because of media personal request. We also don't want we don't want to change the policy. So then you took it.
Yes. Thank you. No, it's not live in the city, it says on the city, it's on the city. But it's not live. Yeah. I read the whole thing, where a dialogue was supposed to be.
And Mike support you.
Look, I don't normally, that's a legislative subdivision, somebody can get on the lead.
Okay. Thank you, Jim.
We want to thank you all for tuning in. Stay safe and stay vigilant is our prayers.